Okay, oh my God. I have just watched 1.5 hours of fluff. And if you haven't watched the Apple event, please don't do it. And this has come from me, the guy that has updated to the latest iPhone every year for the last 10 years. I got a Mac. I love Apple products. Apple products are friggin' awesome. But this year, the Apple event was absolutely trash. I think Warren Buffett knew something because he sold half of his Apple shares. And don't tell me those traders don't know. They know the inside news. They know the inside gossip. And he knew that Apple had nothing. And I got to say, every year I look forward to the Apple event. There's going to be new stuff, new innovation. But this year, oh my God, it was so bad. Some bloke talked about the Apple Watch for like 20 minutes because it's thinner and it's got a new screen. Like 20 minutes just on that. They kept on banging on about Apple Intelligence. Now, we all know Apple Intelligence is going to be about as good as Siri, which means it's going to suck. Couldn't care less about Apple Intelligence. And the new AirPods, like, who cares? Like, whatever, that's good. If you're in the market now for new AirPods, they got a new one. Wow, great. But when it comes to the iPhone, that's what disappointed me the most. To be fair, the iPhone 16 is probably a decent upgrade. If you're thinking about iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Pro, the iPhone 16 does get the most upgrades. But the 16 Pro was an absolute flop. What the hell did they give us? Like what? 4K 120? Incremental camera improvements? Like who cares? How long has Samsung had foldy phones, this and that, the innovations, flip phones, and now even Google with the Pixel, they have a Pixel Fold. Even the new Pixel looks tempting compared to the iPhone. And I don't ever want to suffer the pain of using Android. And in reality, the only thing that's kept me on Apple is the ecosystem, right? Because I use a Mac, I use an iPhone, I can easily airdrop. Also, the camera features on the iPhone, the video, that's what's kept me on the iPhone. But the competition has got that good in video and photos that they have caught up to Apple. So really now, I am actually thinking of maybe going to the dark side. Yes, going to the Pixel because Apple are just making boring products. But I can promise you, without a shadow of a doubt, if you've had an iPhone the last 3-4 years and then you get this new one, it'll be new for about a few hours and then you'll go, it's just a friggin' iPhone with little incremental improvements over my old iPhone that's only like 3-4 years old. It's the same stuff every year. No innovation, just little incremental improvements. And I'm not talking year to year. Over the last few years, we've had sort of some killer features like high refresh rate display, the new OLED displays, being able to film 4K ProRes in Dolby Vision. There's always been something that, wow, I have to get this thing. But now, you knew when this keynote was 1 hour and 30 minutes, it was all going to be fluff. Because the longer they have to talk about stuff and try and convince you that this thing is amazing, you have to get this thing, you know it's just bullshit. It's just absolute fluff to make you want to buy this phone because in reality, I promise you, if you got a phone from 3-4 years ago, you're not even going to care after a few hours after you get the new iPhone. There is nothing new and groundbreaking. Like, oh man, when I see this Pixel Fold, I'm like, wow. And even just the normal Pixel or the Samsung phones, I'm like, there's so much innovation going on in that space. But with Apple, it's the same stuff every year. I'm really disappointed in Apple. And I really just want 1.5 hours of my life back because that was the worst keynote ever. And I've got to say, they're getting a bit old, those keynotes. Come on, Apple, you can do better. You got to do better. And yeah, Warren Buffett was onto something, sold the Apple stock because he knows they got F all. They got nothing. And I've got to, look, I'm going to just digest this, whether I should get the new one or not. I just can't. Why? What is the point of this phone? Like, seriously. Let me know what you guys think. Do you really think this is worthy of an upgrade? It's an S year, isn't it? It is really just an S year. Not even an S year. There have been bigger upgrades with S models, right? Oh, man. Apple, come on. Get your act together and start innovating again. Tally ho.